What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one, we go over what new offense coordinator Chip Lindsey had to say about Michigan's offense, what their goal is, what they want their identity to be, and what to expect from the offense. And then also we talked about the Michigan quarterback room, Bryce, Underwood, Jadyn Davis. Also talked about quarterback recruiting, as they want to have a loaded quarterback room. We also got some recruiting news on the #1 recruit in the 2026 class, scheduling a visit to Michigan. We also go over another flip target for the Wolverines, and a top 100 defensive lineman also expected to make a visit to Michigan. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so I wanted to begin this video by talking about what Michigan offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey said on In the Trenches podcast with Jon Jansen. And he kind of just talked about, the Michigan offense, what to expect. And also he talked about the quarterback room, what he's seen so far. But first, he said, I felt like showing more, the right fit is what he was looking for. Just talking to him through the process, and now that I'm here. And he said, I was looking for that too. I wanted to be at a place that has a chance to win the whole thing, to win every game, and this is one of those places. And then once I connected with him and got to know him over a short amount of time, I think our vision aligned for what we want to be on offense. I love how we approach the game here. I love what our DNA is here. We're a tough physical football team, and I think that'll continue to carry over. He did say that I'm an old high school coach. I did that for a long time, and when you're a high school coach, your philosophy is really built around your players. What do we do the best? What can our players do? He said you can run an offense in high school, but if you don't have the players to do it, you're not going to be very successful. And he said, I think that background helps me in a lot of ways, because we're trying to identify this spring who are our playmakers. He did say, when I first got into coaching as a high school coach, you're trying to make it exciting and fun and play fast and be, spread and wide open and get kids to come out. That was kind of the theme. But then he said once he got into college football and worked with a guy like Todd Monken and Gus Malzahn and guys who had been in the NFL or places where running the football was a premium, I think that's where I kind of started to see that if I'm ever going to win a championship, you can't do that without being able to run the football and being physical. And he said that's what really excites him the most about this job with Coach Moore. He did later say that our goal is to have the most physical and explosive offense in the country, and that's kind of what our mantra is. He did say, I think you run the football to set up throwing it downfield. 10 years ago, though, I would have told you probably the opposite. I just think my experience now, that's what I believe in. Now, Lindsey, he's been on a team and coached a team, that has had 2 1,000-yard rushers in the same season and also 4,000-yard passer. He said those things are rare, but that's what you gotta be if you're gonna win the whole thing, and that's been proven here before. I think the recipe is the same. We have to be able to run the football when we want to do it, but at the same time, he said, I want to, create explosive plays, and to do that, you got to be able to throw it down the field, and that's what we're really focused on. So, Lindsey, all the coaches still have to learn a lot more about this team here, especially with the team just in winter workouts right now. Spring practice will begin shortly in a few weeks, but Lindsey also talked about the quarterback room, and he said that, I think you approach them the same. We're going to coach them all the same. Expectations are the same, and, they want to push each other and they want to compete. He did say that Bryce, getting to know him has been unbelievable. The guy is as humble and driven as I've seen. People from the outside may not see that or know that because of the hype that goes with it. And then he also talked about Jadyn Davis. He said he was a 5-star recruit as well. The people from outside don't see them every day in the film room grinding on their own in meetings, taking notes. They approach their craft really seriously, and they want to be good and be the best they can be. And that's what you want. You want a room full of guys who are eager. He also talked about a little bit about recruiting. He said, we got to get a room full of guys that are just eager, that want to learn, that are ready to go and get back to lineage. We have talked a little bit about quarterback recruiting in the 2026 class. or both the 2026 and 27 class for that matter. Lindsey has expanded the board. They're going after the 5-star rider Lions. We've also talked about the 4-star top 100 quarterback Brady Smeagol, and also the elite 2027 quarterback Trey Taylor, which Michigan is high on his list right now. He also talked about Michigan as a national brand. He said the Block M really gets you in a lot of good places, and it excites people when you walk in and ask about their players. It's a national brand, obviously, and I think that's a huge benefit for us. He said it really stretches all the way across the country, and even going back down south where I'm from, those guys are excited going through there in January. You want to be at a place that's special. So that's a little bit what Chip Lindsey said about the offense, also the quarterback room, and also recruiting. So let me know what you guys think about all of that. Definitely excited for Michigan's new and improved offense next season with Chip Lindsey as the play caller. It's going to be a lot better, and he's got a lot of experience at basically a lot of levels, and he even has experience as a head coach as well. Pretty sure he was a head coach at Troy. So definitely loved the hire from Sharon Moore. Obviously got to go put it on display, but I think it really fits what Michigan wants to be. They still want to be able to be physical, run the ball, but also we all know they needed explosive plays last year. We just really didn't get any last season, and that was a big problem. So we should see more explosive plays this upcoming season, not only in the passing game but also in the running game, and Michigan will remain with their identity. But also wanted to talk about some recruiting news here for the Wolverines, and the 2026 5-star #1 recruit in the 2026 class, offensive tackle Jackson Cantwell, recently named as top 6 of Georgia, Miami, Michigan, Missouri, Ohio State, and Oregon. And Michigan will be getting him back on campus for a visit. And according to Steve Wiltfong of On3, he does plan to visit Miami, Michigan, and Ohio State, including Michigan on March 22nd. So that is some big news for the Wolverines, getting the #1 recruit in the country back on campus for a visit. He'll also be at Miami on March 17th through the 18th and March 20th through the 21st with Ohio State before going to Michigan, as he announced on X. And he also said that official visit dates will be dropping soon, as Wolverines could also be getting an official visit from him as well. So Michigan is a top school there, trying to land the #1 ranked recruit nationally in back-to-back classes. Also wanted to talk about a potential flip target for the Wolverines and another potential Clemson flip target, as Michigan flipped a couple, or at least one Clemson commit from the 2025 cycle. That was the 4-star safety Jordan Young. Wolverines trying to do the same again in the 2026 class, this time from the 2026 4-star defensive back Shavar Young from the state of Tennessee, currently committed to Clemson. Lamar Morgan, though, trying to flip another Clemson commit, and according to Ethan McDowell of On3 and the Wolverine, Ashley Young, Shavar's mother, told them that they are not just out of the picture talking about Michigan. She also really liked Michigan's academics, and the facility stood out. She said that it was good to hear from those parents about Michigan and the culture there, but most importantly, it was the academic piece that I loved. I also do like Coach Morgan, and while Clemson does have a no-visit policy for commits, Michigan, though, not out of it yet. So that's an update there. And then also wanted to mention that the 2026 4-star defensive lineman Kendall Gorville from Fort Myers, Florida, a 6'5", 310-pound defensive lineman, is set to come back on campus for a visit with Michigan. According to Bryce Marriage of the Michigan Insider in 24/7 Sports, he plans on getting up to campus and has set up an unofficial visit to check out Michigan on March 28th, as he was one of many recruits that the Wolverines coaching staff went out on the road and visited, and they definitely made a strong impression on him. He also really likes, the defensive lineman Michigan sends over to the NFL. That is very appealing to him. So Michigan getting him back on campus for a visit. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.